Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Pobo. I teach creative writing and English at Widener University, and all of the It Gets Better videos are making me remember high school. And even for me, going back before high school, if there were 2 years in my life I would not go back to, it would be junior high school. I remember there was so much hatred and so much anger directed towards kids who didn't even know who they were yet, but all the nasty words were already being used. And that was very frightening for me. It got to the point where even walking to school was one of those things I would just have to force myself to put one foot in front of the other. High school was a little bit better, but not much. I spent my time really trying to hide. And I'm not just talking about my sexuality. I mean, while other kids were going out and having a good time, I spent a lot of time by myself and kind of afraid because the world seemed like a very frightening place to me. And that was, I found out as I grew up, related to my sexuality. There was a long time also because I was raised in a kind of religious background where I thought God hated me. God was mad at me all the time, even though he was presented as the God of love. And I prayed almost every night through high school, please God, don't let me be this. I can't be this. And I was not at the point at that time in high school to be able to accept myself. And there was just day by day a lot of struggle with that. And I was scared to death to be able to talk to my parents. And I've got great parents. But it was like the kind of thing you just don't talk about. And over time, I went to college. I started meeting people. And it became like finally the person that I was in so many ways, sexuality being one of them, had a chance to slowly emerge. And it felt good. It felt wonderful to finally be able to say, I'm not like everybody in every way, including in terms of my sexuality, and I'm kind of getting okay about it. One thing that helped me is writing. I'm a writer, I'm a poet, and one thing that I found about writing that was really helpful, and by the way, not just in high school, but I'm 57 years old, it continues to help me to this day, was when I discovered writing, I found out one thing: a blank page never judges you. You can put things on that blank page. You don't have to show them to mom and dad. You sure don't have to show them to your teachers, but they can be things that are who you really are. And even when you do that, it's like you're making yourself more visible. First of all, visible to yourself, that's pretty important. And once you start saying things, saying your truth, saying who you are, some of the fear becomes less. Because you've been able to verbalize, you've been able to kind of connect with that side of yourself that maybe you felt so afraid about. So when I think about the phrase, it gets better, and I think about my life, there were things back in high school I thought, it's never going to get better, I'm going to be this way, I'm going to feel this way forever. That wasn't true. It just wasn't true for me. It helped meeting people. It helped with writing. It helped with reading, finding books that, you know, I was included in, you know, and that was really important as well. And as time has gone by, as I've left the world of junior high school and moved on, I found more and more people who care about me for who I am. There was a time in my life I thought, love is what happens to other people, but that's never going to happen to me. Well, I've been involved with the same person for 20 years now. I didn't think when I was in high school I would ever find somebody, but I did, you know, and when I look back I think it gets better. It really, really does.